So right now I have moved these downwards, and then first of all I'm gonna work on the depth. Okay, and I'm gonna reduce 20 multiplied in 2, so I copy depth, and then here in D I subtracted from 40 millimeters. Watch this, here we got the same value. Then the next item in this part, um, here the position is not fixed. Okay, I delete these, and then I want to align it in relation to this reference plane, which is more accurate. And then measuring the distance, 427.2, and I want to divide it into 2, reduce it or subtract it from 10. Which this 5 dividing it into 2. Let me define it, dividing it into 2, subtract it from 10. We're subtracting 30 from what? Watch this. Then for the height, here in the front view, let me see. We open the plan view, and then I add a section line here. As you're concerned, we can create the section views in the family view, in the family template files. Here for the height, let's see. Let me check the parameter. Watch this. Top height. I move on. I'm in this part. 172. Select this. Opening family type. I copy top height, and then for the drawer edge, 151.5, 20, subtracting 20 from top height for this value. Then for the bottom and the top, let's check it out. Here if I specify the distance 0, here we got an intersection that we should. Let me measure the distance of this, 186.5, 186.5, apply. Check it out. Very well. And then I want to adjust this. Okay, I get back to the family environment in front view in this part, like this way. Then I want to delete this and this as well. And then for the top part and the bottom part, I'm gonna consider two separate parameters. I name this T, and then the other one B as bottom. And then save and load into the project. And then when we return them back to this part, let me open edit type in this part. The height here is going to be fixed, 20 for top and 10 for bottom. by this way, and then L, the default one. Let me see, I delete this, and let me open the plan view, and then I select this mirror in relation to this side, and then I select it for the right side. I'm sorry, I undo it. Right, this one, then I align it. Let me move this, then I align it. 50 reference plane, great. And then for the parameter, I want to sign it. I open family types, I duplicate L drawer opening, I name it R, and I click on OK, moving it downwards by this way. I set it to 100 and 300s. Great. R. Then I select the drawer to associate the materials, body, and then for B, bottom height, actually drawer. I just realized that I considered them fixed and don't want to associate parameters. And here we want to delete h2 as well, but I have considered a parameter, so I associate it. And then for the W and also D, check this out. H, D, W2. Apply and OK. By this way, Control S to save the file. And right now I have all of these parameters, 0 and 0, to close them. Okay, we're done. I open the plan view. Then here we got intersection. As you can see that I should revise the W or white, so I should open its family again, and opening the front view. Let me see, plan view, in this part, W2. Let's see, delete, and deleting these, and also this part. And family types, W2, I rename it L10, okay, and R, and the other one to L. So we use this since we don't want to use W again. Again, we reload it and overwrite it. Here is the result. Again, select, and these two are going to be fixed. L20 right here. Cancel, select. L30 20 1, 20, and then the other one I selected for the L20, and for R 10, 5. Very well. R we specify 10, 8.5, by this way, and for height it should be equal to the other one. 10, 20 and 20. Watch this. 10, 20 and 20. Okay. Control S to save the file. And this is done. We close the previous files or views. Then let me test them again. Watch this. Here we don't need W2, we can delete it. And for H2, I delete it since it does not exist. And 45 degrees, 62 degrees, 10, 200, like this way. This is the result. And I click on OK. Then we can create and model handles for the door and also for the drawers and other details that you can consider. Here I open front view. First of all, right here in the plan view, by this way. Then I want to hide them in the top view. No, it does not is not required to see them. Okay, we select them and then we hide them. Also, we select these, set top and RCP to hide them. Again, to hide them in top, right, uncheck the visibility. Great, hide elements. Then selecting these, unchecking plan RCP, then resetting it. Then I open the top view, watch this. I turn on the preview visibility, watch this. Then I can use the annotation symbols or just a masking region. First of all, I want to create the 2D elements to show these instead of the 3D elements. Then I set the subcategory to invisible lines and then finish. Like this way. Afterwards, we select the symbolic lines, projection, casework, by this way. Then here I want to select casework projection, like this way. Afterwards, I pick rectangle, I draw it right here as the casework projection for the plan view. And then for the opening of the doors space in this part, I'm gonna use symbolic line, elevation swing, cut. Then I create some lines here. Then I want to align them by this way. And then I lock them to the reference plane by this way. Again, lock. Then I lock the reference by this way. I add the dimension. Very well. And then let me associate this to the amount of opening each panel, or W panel, W panel actually. Very well, cut, project. Then in Manage tab, Object Styles, I open the line styles. It does not work. We can only specify the line patterns. And if I open the object styles, here we got these subcategories, and the rest of them are recognized by the software, so we can control them in the project. Anyway, we're okay with these. I open the 3D view by this way, saving the file, opening the front view like this way. Here in this view, I want to select these. Watch this. 0 and 0. Well done. To close them all,